Hey, you just tuned in for another episode of
Transformers Time Warp.
Hey, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There are new Mix-a-Pix episodes every Thursday. Hey, YouTube Transformers fans, thanks for coming back for another episode of Mix-a-Pix Transformers Time Warp. I'm Mike. The videos that I've been doing have been taking a lot of my time, more time than I can actually afford. And so we're going to try something a little bit different today. And we're just going to go through one of these boxes and just review it straight. I'm going to cut the commentary to a minimum. I will let you know if there are bad things about the buy that I feel are worth mentioning, but I'm not going to go into extreme detail. I probably won't go into much research at all. Maybe the cartoon episode that the character comes from and the transformation that I find helpful from another reviewer, if that's applicable. So with that said, let's go ahead and get one of these boxes. All right, so this is a pretty small box. Must mean that it's a mini bot or accessories or both. So let's open it. Okay, brought to us by Big Bad Toy Store. And it is a single bot. I was wrong, it's not an accessory or a mini bot. This is Mastermind Creations Ocular Max series Sphinx, their version of Mirage. As you can see, it's PS01C. There have been other versions of this made before. This one is the quote-unquote tune-accurate version. And let's go ahead and have a look. All right, let's have a look at the box first. Should have done that to begin with. Nice illustration on the front. Got a cool little illustration here, unfinished, like a sketch almost. Got a nice little transformation sequence here, and the classic Transformers style little bio there with the strengths and weaknesses of the character. And again, another little illustration here. The art that they get for this is really, really nice. Really like it. And the top, you've got this shiny die-cast stamp on there, along with a couple of product shots. So, this is also showing in here, right here, Pake for Life. He is involved with this company. It's very cool that somebody in the community is actually involved in one of these companies. I think if I remember what he said he does, he helps write the instructions for how to transform these characters. I could be wrong, but go check out his site. Knowledgeable guy, and pretty cool that he's actually involved not just as a fan, but also as a professional. Okay, let's look at the character. Little pack of goodies here. Weapons, some alternate faces, the decoder, plastic, collector's card, and I guess the instructions for transformation. I mean, the illustrations look like it's something straight out of the cartoon. It's so cool looking. It actually looks like a really, really good version of the cartoon. There you go, video manual, Pake for Life. Not sure what video manual means. Huh. Okay. So we got cool instructions here, nicely illustrated. There you can see we've got phase 1 and phase 2 in the right-hand corner. Got a little smirk on phase 1 and very serious on phase 2. There's the manual. Collector's card, nice looking, really nice looking. Would be nice if they made this a little bit more durable. It's only a, you know, a card stock. But it is really nice and it's glossy. Good photographs and good color. And here's the decoder plastic. It's actually, they should make the collector's card out of this plastic. This stuff is thick. If we do this here, let's decode his strengths. There we go. I don't know if you can really see that there, but I can see it by eye. The shoulder cannon. And his laser gun. Laser rifle. Nice silver paint job. Although I would prefer chrome. And his 3 faces. He has 3 faces. Oh, one of them is the back of a head. So it's not a third face. It's an alternate back of the head. And then we've got the 2 faces. There you go. You can see a little bit of the difference between the faces. One on the left has a smirk. The one on the right is just very stern. They both seem to have a little bit of a messy paint app around the eyes. So it looks pretty plain because it is supposed to be the cartoon version of Mirage. So I prefer the look of their original Mirage. I think it might have been the PS01A. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But I really prefer that one. It looks a lot more realistic, has a lot of decals on it, you know, sponsors on it, like a race car would. But let's take a look at this. See, it's very plain. Has the classic 26 on there in Satanis, but it does not have many other decals. Tail fins, plain, no decals. And there are no decals that come with the kit, I don't think. Let's take a look at the package real quick. Okay, that's the box there. But here inside is his hang glider accessory that I believe he only uses in one episode in the entire G1 cartoon continuity. Here's the episode.
I'll say hello to Prime for you, Megatron. Happy landing! Stop it! They're going to crash. Mirage! You did it! You stopped the Decepticons!
So you can attach his hang glider to him, which is a cool accessory. I like it. And it's a nice quality piece too. If what I'm remembering from my other one is true about this one. You've got this nice rubbery plastic, good thickness, and it even looks like this is, yeah, this is cable. This is actual cable wiring here. This isn't just plastic. That's a nice touch. Some good, looks like some good metal eyelets to hold that cable in place and to keep it from ripping the plastic. And then you have your attachment points, I guess, or whatever. Maybe this is what Mirage hangs on to when he uses the glider. But yeah, pretty cool that they added that in, even when they really didn't have to. As you can see, they seem to do a nice quality job. I just don't really prefer the aesthetic of this vehicle versus the other versions. I've said in a couple other videos, the cartoon aesthetic is not for me. I much prefer to have my Transformers seem a little bit more realistic, especially in the vehicle mode. So when there are nice accents that make it look like real chrome or real windows or real details like decals for sponsors on these race cars, I really like that. I don't like the simplified, it just makes it feel to me cheap. The cartoons were done, I'm sure on the cheap. And so the detail we got was good, but definitely not high caliber anime. So as you can see here, even though this is shiny, it's a dull metal. The headers actually look like they are a better paint than the top of the engine here, and that's kind of annoying. I would much rather it look like it was chrome. So, also on the tires here, there was a stamp printed on here that said like Goodyear instead of Goodyear, which made it look more realistic and had a similar icon on it to fake out the casual viewer. There were also, I think there was a decal here, all sorts of sponsors and his number here on the nose. It was just a higher caliber of finish to me. So, that being said, it's still a nice toy. We'll go ahead and get it transformed. And, one other thing. The little hologram guy comes out. So, the little half guy, rather. Excuse me. So he pops in and out of there so you can have a little holographic driver or not. Which is kind of a cool G1 cartoon accessory / nod. Oh yeah, I wanted to point out that there are a couple of manufacturing defects directly out of the package. They're minor, but still, it looks like somebody scraped the back edge here, like with a razor, like a blade of some kind. It's just not finished. You can see that it doesn't shine like the rest of it. It's kind of rough and just kind of chopped right there for some reason. And similarly on the other side, I don't know if that's just maybe a mold point where they had to break it out of the mold, but there's that little bit of unfinished roughness there too. So just another little point on the details. So let's go ahead and get this thing transformed into robot mode. All right, here we have him transformed into robot mode, thanks to Pake for Life. So go ahead and check out his transformation video from Mastermind Creations, the actual company itself. So I guess that's what they mean by video instructions or video manual. He actually does the video presentation of the transformation for them. So as a way of comparison, if you like the cartoon aesthetic, go with it. Godspeed. But for my collection, I just can't really do it. It's just not, there's really no comparison when you look at it. So here, let me bring in PS01, the original, as a side-by-side comparison between the two aesthetics, the cartoon accurate, quote unquote, and the more realistic, I like to think more kind of collector deluxe version of Mirage. So here we go. Are you seeing double? Nah, it's just a Mirage. Hashtag dad joke. So, as a way of comparison, in person, in hand, they're both cool. PS01 has its issues. Mine was brand new, but it was it brand new? Maybe it wasn't. I might have gotten it used. But it's a little loose, whereas PS01C definitely is a tighter fitting bot. It holds its pose really well. PS01 had a problem with the front wheel suspension, if you will, where the struts would not hold up with enough tension, so you would actually bottom out when you rolled the car along. So it was definitely a design flaw. They fixed that in PS01A and PS01C, I believe. So, there are pluses and minuses. For my collection, like I said, I really like PS01. It just has more of that real world aesthetic. It has all those details. I mean, you look at that. It's got the number. It's got the pinstriping. It's just got a lot of detail. And I guess when it comes down to it, I'm a detail guy. When things get too plain, I just kind of feel like they look cheap. So there, I said it. If you disagree with me, go ahead, let me know in the comments. Tell me why you think the cartoon accurate versions are better. I don't know, maybe you'll make a point that'll, make me think. And now for the Transformers Time Warp Takara Tomy Masterpiece Scale Comparison Test. So let's bring in our standards here for our scale. MP10 Convoy, aka Optimus Prime, and MP21 Bumblebee. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Mirage, aka Sphinx, PS01C, from Mastermind Creations, their Ocular Max series. He looks well scaled to me. I see nothing really wrong with this scale. I know that Sphinx, aka Mirage, scales well against the Takara Tomy Prowl and the Transform and Rollout Jazz I have in my collection. So I think he's on par with the other Carbots. I know he's on par with the other Carbots. And I think it represents Mirage pretty well as far as scale goes. Maybe he could be a little taller, but overall, he's good for my collection. I like it. All right, well, that's it. There wasn't much to this scale comparison except to see a side-by-side with, two of the classic characters. And let's wrap this up. So just to wrap up, I want to thank Pake for Life for his transformation video and for being a part of Mastermind Creations and bringing us these really cool third-party bots. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you'll come back for another episode of MixelPix Transformers Time Warp. I'm Mike, and until next time, happy collecting, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe for more MixelPix videos, and leave me your comments below about what you liked and you didn't like about the video. Until next time, see ya.